All right, so one last one for this section. So the managers of Windowlux Inc. have modeled their cost data. If X storm windows are produced, the cost to produce one window is given by the following function. And they sell the storm windows for $175 each and assume all windows made are sold. So we want to write the formula for the profit made from the sales of one storm window when Windowlux produces X windows. All right, well, what is our profit? Profit is going to be basically our revenue, how much we sell it for, minus our cost, however much that was. So that's going to be kind of our formula we're going to use. And so if we do that, our revenue is going to be 175 minus our whole C of X. And so if we put that whole thing there, 0.015x squared minus 0.78x plus 46 plus 49.6 over x. And then that's again still with dollars. Okay, so that would be our function. So again, we have to remember, some rules in economics and counting things. Profit equals revenue minus a cost. Okay. Now for B, what we're supposed to do is write the rate of change formula for the profit from storm windows. Okay. Well, that one we kind of have to simplify a little bit because we have to really take 175 minus 46 because otherwise we don't have everything in place there. And so maybe what we should do is I have another page there. Yeah. So let's do A and say, well, this really is going to be, if we simplify it, 175 minus our 46 is going to be 129s. Go back. There we go. What? Not that far. So it's going to be our P of X is going to be equal to 129 minus our 0.015x squared minus, oh, actually it's going to be plus now, 0.78x, and then minus the 49.6 over x. So we've taken that minus that and then plus that, and then when we subtracted that, that came from here, and then minus that part, and then that's dollars. So that's kind of our real function if we go ahead and do all that subtraction and get rid of parentheses. Okay, so that way when we do part B, because I wasn't really watching rate of change formula, well, then we have to actually take the derivative of this to be able to do that. So that makes it so when we take the derivative of that, P prime of X is equal to what? Well, that's gone. Now we have 2 times that, so it's going to be a minus 0.03x. If we wanted to, we could have 0.30x, doesn't matter. And then that 1 comes down, so it's going to be plus 0.78. Now this one, remember, that's really 49.6 times x to the negative 1. So that's going to be minus 40, minus a minus, so that's going to be plus, or I should say, plus 49.6. And then we can put it over x squared, or we can have x to the minus 2. It all depends on how you want to do it, because when we do that, that comes down, and then that becomes minus 1, so it becomes a minus 2, and so we get that. So I would say maybe that would be the function to put, because I like to have positive exponents as much as possible. All right, so now C, calculate the profit from the sale of a storm window when Windowlux produces 80. Okay, well, C is going to be, now I need to have all that function typed in, and we're going to do it with 80. So maybe I'll just put everything here. So I'm going to have C, do I want profit? So I want P. Never mind, not C. So I want P of 80. And so I'm going to plug that into, let's just plug it into here. So 129 minus 0.015 times 80 squared, and then plus 0.78 times 80 minus 49.6 divided by 80, and I get 94.78. And that's dollars because we said it was dollars, so I'm just going to put a dollar sign instead. Okay. Now It says calculate the rate of change in profit from the sale of storm window when Windowlux produces 80 storm windows. Write the answer in sentence of practical interpretation. So our rate of change, that's going to be find P prime of 80. All right, so if we plug all that into this formula, we'll have a negative 0.03 times 80 plus 0.78 plus 49.6 divided by 80 squared. And we get, in this case, now this is going to be dollars again per window. This time, I guess I didn't write that here, dollars per window. And so this is a negative 1.612 dollars per window. Okay. So let's write that down. So we have model and window produce. Okay, so our what it says then, when Windowlux produces 80 windows, and how's it? All right, yeah. So when they produce 80 windows, their profit per window is decreasing by about 1 point, what was it again? We'll put it in $1.61. So we'll just put it in dollars and cents per additional window produced. Okay, so if that's how it's going to be, we're decreasing by about $1.61 per additional window produced, and that's the rate at that point. Now, if we go to a different point, it's going to be something different, but at that point, that's what it's going to be. And that's all I have for this section.